Is Messi in Inter Miami, is this all good for Major League Soccer? Lionel Messi's Inter Miami is really Major League Soccer's first opportunity to have a globally recognized and relevant soccer team. Sure, David Beckham and Thierry Henry and plenty of other superstars have played in Major League Soccer, most of them at the very end of their career, but this is really the first time that the world really cares about a Major League Soccer team. In Miami, the city itself, the iconic pink kits, and let's be honest, lots of the other star players that are on Miami's team have really made this a globally recognized brand. In fact, it's really the first time a Major League Soccer team has mattered outside of North America or even South America for that matter. And so, of course, MLS and Inter Miami, they're looking to cash in. And boy, have they really tried this offseason. And I really do mean tried, because the execution has not been there. Inter Miami has been on a preseason whirlwind tour of the globe, and it has gone about as bad as it possibly have. A very quick recap if you are unfamiliar. First off, they draw 0-0 to the El Salvador national team in El Salvador, where they lost one of their key star attacking players to a ACL injury, out for the season. They then go lose to FC Dallas on a Monday at 6 p.m. in the Cotton Bowl. About a quarter of the stadium was even full. Super bad optics. And FC Dallas beat them. It's terrible. This is supposed to be the all-star, the Harlem Globetrotter tour, and they're already not getting off to the start that they wanted, and it did not get better from here. From here, Miami goes to Saudi Arabia. And in Saudi Arabia, they play Al Hilal. That's the Neymar one. And they lose 4-3, and Messi picks up an injury. They then go play Al Nassr, that's the Ronaldo one, and lose 6-0. Messi makes a sort of token guest appearance at the very end of this one. Horrible scenes, especially given how a lot of the Ronaldo Messi fans online are sort of bickering about which league is better. Getting blown out to the Saudi Arabian League, not a good look. It gets worse. Miami then went to Hong Kong, where they played a sort of all-star team in Hong Kong, except Luis Suarez and Messi did not play in this game. So all during the game, the fans and the crowd are chanting that they want a refund. They are booing the entire time. Miami wins this one, but really they're playing barely USL quality players in this one. The government of Hong Kong had to get involved. It was so bad. They are threatening legal action about demanding refunds. At the same time, Apple, Major League Soccer's broadcast partner, just pulls the plug on Miami's next preseason match in Japan. In Japan, Miami loses once again, this time in penalties, 4-3. Messi did play in this one, but didn't take a penalty, which was very weird, and overall it was super strange. Apple and Major League Soccer tried to blame this on Japan, saying that the home team could not put on a broadcast, but then Inter Miami did end up broadcasting this game on their website. Super weird. At the time of this recording, Miami still has one more preseason match in Argentina against Newell's Old Boys. This is Messi's hometown club, his boyhood club. I don't know what sort of disasters await them. But to put a bow on this, it's been fucking brutal. You have the embarrassing losses. You have the loss of Facundo Fares with his ACL injury. You get blown out by the Saudi League, which is a double whammy for Messi and Major League Soccer. The international incident with Hong Kong, which, oh, by the way, has actually led mainland China to canceling a friendly coming up later this year with Argentina. That's Messi's national team. Canceling it. They're telling them to move it. They got to go play it somewhere else. You have the weirdness with Apple and the broadcast partners. A total disaster. But this does get me wondering, what happens if Miami is just not very good this year? What if they finish 10th place? They're way out of the playoffs. Is that good for Major League Soccer? Is that bad for Major League Soccer? And I think there's sort of two different ways you can look at this, and it really depends on how you go about defining Major League Soccer. So if Major League Soccer is MLS Incorporated, the corporate behemoth that is Major League Soccer, and the money-making drive and the for-profit engine that drives this league and all of the owners and all of its shareholders. Miami and Messi being bad this year is an unmitigated disaster. They have virtually nothing else in the business plan besides advertising Miami and Messi being good to the globe. That's all they have. Messi is a draw because Messi is good. Barcelona is a draw because they are good. Argentina is a draw because they are good. The moment they're not good, they stop being that big of a draw, and especially for a team like Miami with literally no history outside of Messi, that's a disaster. They have nothing else to sell. They haven't tried selling anything else. It all comes down to their ability to market and pitch Messi. If Miami is not good, we will probably know by June, and at that point, the eyeballs will have disappeared. That is the end of really the draw of Miami. However, if you define Major League Soccer as the fans, the other teams, the players, the staff of those teams, the sort of body politic that makes up Major League Soccer at all, Miami being bad is really good for the league. It means the super draft still matters. It means GAM and TAM still matter. It means scouting matters. It means GMs matter. It means coaches matter. It means allocation orders and special discovery rights matter. It means that Major League Soccer as the foundation, the league that has been built, the players and the fans and the home environments and the active support that goes into that matters, because these teams can still play. A team cannot bring in 4 or 5 superstars and run the league. That would be a disaster for everything that this league has built. And at the end of last year, it really looked like Miami was going to do that, which again is bad for the league. The problem is Major League Soccer is not selling Major League Soccer anymore. They're not advertising the other teams, the other players. And I don't mean that literally in that the Instagram feed of Major League Soccer is only Miami. And that is the case, which is a fair criticism, I think. But I mean, it's more than this. Think about this for a moment. Use Messi and Miami to advertise Major League Soccer, to put your other teams, your other environments up on a pedestal to get other people to watch. Miami went on this global tour, right? Because all of these teams wanted to see, all of these other places, they wanted to see Messi play. They wanted to see this Inter Miami team play. So why not set up an International Champions Cup tournament in Saudi Arabia with LAFC, with the Columbus Crew, with FC Cincinnati and Miami, and play some of these other, the Saudi teams? Why not play FC Dallas in El Salvador and get people in El Salvador to watch FC Dallas? Why not have Miami take on LA Galaxy in Tokyo? Why would you not be advertising your other teams around the world? Instead, that this was just entirely designed around pushing Messi, pushing Miami. But Messi's not going to be here forever. He's 36, 37 years old. He barely can play in these preseason games. He's probably not going to be here at the end of next season, at least not playing regularly. This league needs to be advertising something unique that is MLS. This is virtually the only league with proper parity. This is a league with way more interesting active home environments, way more interesting than England, but way safer, a way more not fearing being stabbed in the stands type of environment. There's a lot for MLS to be advertising and a lot of interesting good soccer to be selling to the rest of the world, especially when those leagues are in their off season, that they just aren't. Is Messi in Miami good for MLS? Depends on who you define as MLS, but for me, if I'm MLS, it's not good. None of this is good.